All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to look at function notation. When we write a function, we use some special notations. This is day 1. We're going to look at this for 2 days. Whoops, that's not day 2, day 1. All right, so when we talk about function notation, we think of functions as a machine. So this machine that assigns x values to y values, or domain values to range values. Of course, there are different names we can use. We can also say inputs to output, and so on and so forth. So let's take a look at what this machine actually looks like. So here is a function. We read this function, f of x equals 3x plus 4. So the name of this function is function f because of the letter f that's hanging out front. F has nothing to do with function, it's just the name of f. We could also have g of x, which would mean that the function name is g, and so on and so forth. So the x is our input value. So that's the number we're going to substitute into our machine, our function. The way we would read this, as I already said, this would be f of x. So what function of x would we get back? And this piece is called the function rule. This is the machine that does the work. So that's the math part of it. So again, f of x is the function rule, and the rule itself is 3x plus 4, and we read it f of x. Other function rules. So this one would be read g of 6, or, we can also say that it's g of another number, whatever. If it were a variable, it could be g of n, whatever it is. This is our rule here. So the rule is 5n minus 2. So in this case, we would basically be substituting a 6 for n. So we would have 5 times 6 minus 2, and we would solve from there. So this is a function g. And again, this is where the input comes into play. Okay? So let's try some of these. So here's our rule. Kind of like a function, I guess a machine here. Let me kind of thicken this up. So here we have f of 2. So the f function we're using is this one here. So this is like 3 times, and we're using f of 2. So we're going to substitute a 2 where there's an x. So we would be 3 times 2 plus 4. So that produces 6 plus 4, which is 10. So we would say f of 2 equals 10. This has nothing to do with it right now. So this would be the x would be the domain, and y would be the range. X would be, or the 2 would be the input, and 10 would be the output. We can do the same thing here. We're going to do f of negative 1. So the function is the same. So we're going to do 3 times negative 1 plus 4. 3 times negative 1 is a negative 3 plus 4 is 1. So then f of negative 1 equals 1. So this kind of gives you the visual of a machine. Let's look at some more. All right, here's a bunch. If you notice at the top, we have g of w equals w squared plus 3. And then we have, we have g of w equals w squared plus 3, and then we have j of h equals h plus 1. So we have these two guys here. So the first one we're going to do is g of 3. So we're going to take the function that's named g, and we're going to substitute a 3 wherever there's a w. So we would have 3 squared plus 3. So this would be 9 plus 3, which gives us 12. So g of 3 equals 12. Okay, now let's transition to the j. So we have j of 3. So then this would be 3 plus 1, which equals 4. So j of 3 equals 4. So that means the domain is 3 and the range is 4. Or we can say that the ordered pair is 3, 4. Remember, when we say g of w, whatever this is the same as saying y, like in an equation. Last but not least, g of negative 2. So wherever there's a negative 2, wherever there's a w, I'm going to put a negative 2 plus 3. So negative 2 squared is positive 4. Positive 4 plus 3 equals 7. So g of negative 2 equals 7.